Study Section 10. The National Institute of Labour. Introduction. In this study session, you discussed how the National Institute of Labour was established. You also described the realization of policy objectives for the Institute. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this session, you should be able to discuss the establishment of the National Institute of Labour. More than that, officials of the emergent Nigerian Labour Congress and one industrial union have times without number expressed their desires to establish labour colleges for members of the affiliate or members of the industrial union in question. However, for reasons which we do not have to probe further, the colleges of the above defunct centers were closed down on the orders of the federal military government in the year 1975. Among others, the new national policy on labor states as follows. 1. The need to give a new sense of direction and a new image to the trade union movement in Nigeria. 2. The desirability of removing completely from the trade union arena ideological or external influences which have plagued Nigeria trade union unity for more than a quarter of a century. 3. The need to rationalize the structure and organization of trade unions and to ensure that they are self-sufficient financially in future and not dependent on foreign sources of finance. 4. The need to provide facilities for trade union education in order to improve the quality of trade union leaders and the general knowledge and understanding of the purposes of trade unions by the rank and file members of these organizations. 5. The need to strengthen the labor administration system in the country through the provision of adequate materials and human resources for the Ministry of Labor. This is for the enforcement of labor institutions established by the government for the purpose of promoting effective labor administration in the country. 6. The need for the continued support of the principles and the objectives of the International Labour Organization (ILO) and the Organization of African Trade Union Unity (OATUU), subject to the overriding interest of the government and people of Nigeria. Moreover, the government recognizes the need to rationalize the structure and organization of trade unions and to ensure that they are self-sufficient financially and not depend on foreign sources of finance. Realization of policy objective. As was noted in our discussion above, the policy objective merged into the government funding or establishing a labor college, a substantial part of the Industrial Relations and Trade Union Affairs section in 3rd National Development Plan 1975 to 1980 was devoted to a discussion of the National Institute for Labour Studies. The policy objective was further reinforced in the 4th National Development Plan between 1980 and 1985. Suffice to say that the establishment of the Institute has been largely accomplished through the provisions of Decree 5 of March 1986, effective from 27 September 1984. Supplement to the Federal Republic of Nigeria Official Gazette No. 16, Volume 73, Government Notice No. 188, Lagos, 21st March 1986, as specified under Section 2 of the Decree. The objectives of the Institute shall be 1. To provide workers education generally so as to enhance the role of trade unions in the social and economic development of the country, and equip trade union officials and managers with skills normally required for collective bargaining and joint consultation in fostering the growth of better labor and management relations. 2. To provide opportunities for policymakers in the field of labor and social policy. 3. To provide and arrange comparative study and investigation of the principles and techniques of trade unionism and thereby assist the government in evolving a virile and well-organized trade union movement capable of giving full and responsible expression to the needs of workers and the aspirations of the country. 4. To undertake, organize, and facilitate study courses, conferences, lectures, seminars, and standards of trade union administration, and infusing a sense of direction and accountability. 5. To promote research through collaboration with universities and institutes concerned with industrial relations and labor matters. 6. To award grants, scholarships, or travel fellowships for research in labor studies and allied subjects. 7. To undertake and provide for the publication of journals, research papers, and books in furtherance of the aforesaid objectives. The decree also establishes a governing council and sets out its functions and provides for the appointment of a director who shall be in charge of the day-to-day running of the institute. Study section summary. In this study section, you focused attention on the establishment of the National Institute of Labour. You also discussed the realization of its policy objectives. This is the end of study section 10. Thanks for listening.